Dr. Imari Paris Jeffries, thank you so much for joining us today on the show.
So happy to be here, and even happier that we are not in tropical heat. We're already in fall, but we'll probably be there tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we're not caught in the middle of a hurricane right now. We're talking very safely and virtually, so I'm excited to get into it. We're here today talking about the upcoming Embrace Massó con Salsa event that's going to be happening on September 13th at the Embrace at Boston Common. Last year's festival drew in more than 5,000 people. How are you building on that success this year?
Well, we definitely want to extend people's summer. It's the beginning of Latino Heritage Month, and this season, we're in a moment in our country where the conversation around identity is front and center, and to honor Latino heritage and identity is incredibly important, and to celebrate an icon like Jose Massó, whose show Consalsa has been on the air for 50 years. It is one of, if not the longest shows on the air on WBR. It is the longest show on WBR, but it
Wow.
is the longest radio shows on the air and on the airwaves in our country. And so, we're just honored that this icon is a part of Boston's history, and to celebrate his legacy at the Embrace, where he is also memorialized as one of the 1965 Freedom honorees. And so to celebrate his legacy at the beginning of Latino Heritage Month and build upon last year's success is so special.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute success. I'm sure of it. If you want to tell us a little bit about Jose's background, the start of his show, and why creating an event like this contributes to his legacy, like you were saying before.
Yeah, Jose is a father, an activist, an educator, a teacher, a wise sage, a guide. And I think anyone who's listened to him on the airwaves, met him in person, understand and know, what I'm talking about. Last year, we had the honor of having as our headliner Eddie Palmieri, who recently passed away, and so that was one of the last times Mr. Palmieri, who is a salsa Latin musician, artist, greats, was able to perform in Boston, and so to be able to honor him in Boston and to know that him and Mr. Masso had this long friendship. And so Jose was and is the type of person who is a friend, mentor to so many people. And I think there's a lot of people who don't know him and just know him through the airways. And he's been this guiding force through Boston for the last 50 years. And so we are glad to and honored to be able to continue on his legacy in person with this live salsa series.
Right, yeah, and speaking on that salsa series, there's a lot in the lineup for the Embrace Masso con Salsa event, including, salsa, spoken word, and everything in between. How does this lineup reflect the festival's mission to uplift the communities and to focus on equity and inclusivity?
Well, we want to center Afro-Latinos, and so the music of salsa does that, and it's a space that everyone is welcome, and salsa is such a worldwide phenomenon. And if you've ever gone to a salsa social, not only at our event, but throughout the city or the world, it is a space where anywhere from Germany to South America to Puerto Rico, Cuba, or Dominican Republic, people from all walks of life dance this amazing art form, from your grandmother to little children to like amazing trained dancers, and even folks who can't dance can enjoy the music. And so we're so happy to have an amazing lineup. Spanish Harlem Orchestra is our lineup, and if you don't know how to dance, we're going to have some salsa lessons for you. If you be a novice, and you don't even have to dance and even go participate in a lesson to come out and listen to music and just be in community to people. And I think now more than ever, when the tenor of our country is just chaotic and set up to separate people, Embrace's mission is to create spaces and activations that bring people together. In salsa music, in the Afro-Latino tradition, Aja Monet, who's an acclaimed poet and activist, is also one of the headliners. And so to think about these art forms and the way that music, poetry, art, culture brings people together, we wanted to create and continue to create spaces that do that. And so this is one of those spaces that will definitely do that.
Right. And, as you were saying before, we're in quite a tumultuous time in our nation's history, and focusing on these communities that need to be uplifted and embraced in these times is so important. Can you speak a little bit more as to why it was important to you and the team at Embrace to create this event and bring it into the fold of your signature events that you guys put on?
We are on the eve of our country's 250th anniversary. Next year marks the semi-quincentennial, and Boston is one of America's four storytelling cities. And when you think about the founding of our country, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., maybe Virginia. These are the places that you think about the founding of our country. And so there's this unique opportunity in Boston, especially when you think about the Boston Massacre, Concord and Lexington, Old North Church. We're a city of so many firsts, so many communities. We wanted to be able to tell the story of all of our firsts, and not everyone's founding stories started in 1776. Many of our founding stories started at different times, and we're such a rich, multicultural city, multicultural country. That's our strength as a country.
Yeah.
And so in order to model that, we can celebrate other people's cultures that are also uniquely American, we thought Embrace should do that. How can an organization like Embrace illuminate and celebrate another culture's history, invite and be a part of that with other organizations, and not feel like they're losing themselves. And it was important for us to model that. And we want to extend that to other traditions, other cultural traditions as well. There are a lot of stories of American stories of Asians, queer stories, Black stories, indigenous stories that are not told, that are also uniquely American stories. And if we have an opportunity, and when we have an opportunity to tell those stories, we want to do that. And Embrace Massó con Salsa International Music Festival is one of the ways in which we can tell those American stories.
Fabulous. Well, we're all looking forward to getting up on our feet and salsa dancing with you on September 13th. So thank you so much for telling us all about it. Can you tell our viewers where they can learn more about the event?
They should go to our website at embraceboston.org, or they can find us on Instagram at embraceboss.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jeffries, for coming in and joining us and talking about Jose's legacy and all the fun that's going to be had in September.
Well, thank you for having me. It's so great to see you.
Great to see you too.